Imagine a world where the deepest wounds of the mind aren't just managed, but profoundly healed. For decades, certain compounds were cast into the shadows, labeled dangerous and illicit. But what if these very substances, once synonymous with rebellion, hold the key to unlocking profound healing, offering a new frontier in mental health treatment that science is now urgently exploring? For far too long, our approach to mental health has often felt like patching a leaky boat instead of repairing the hull itself. We've prescribed medications that numb symptoms and offered therapies that help us cope, but for many, the underlying currents of suffering persist. Now, we stand on the precipice of a genuine paradigm shift, an exciting new chapter in understanding and treating the human mind. This isn't about recreational drug use. It's about a meticulously structured, scientifically backed approach using compounds like psilocybin, often known as magic mushrooms, NDMDA, not as standalone cures, but as powerful catalysts within a therapeutic framework. The promise isn't just symptom relief. It's about profound transformation guided by trained therapists who help patients navigate internal landscapes previously. This groundbreaking work is offering real hope for conditions that have stubbornly resisted conventional treatments, and it's critical that we understand what this truly means for the future of healing. Mental health challenges are a global crisis. Depression, anxiety, and trauma cast long shadows over millions of lives, and traditional treatments, while vital for many, often fall short for those with severe or chronic conditions. It's like trying to navigate a dense fog with only a dim lantern. This is where the emerging field of psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy steps in, not as a replacement for existing methods, but as a potentially revolutionary addition. These treatments are not about popping a pill and hoping for the best. Instead, they combine the transformative potential of specific psychoactive substances with the skilled guidance of trained therapists. Think of the substance as a key that unlocks a hidden door within the mind, and the therapist as the guide who helps you explore what's behind it, ensuring your journey is safe and ultimately beneficial. We're talking about compounds like psilocybin, found in certain fungi, and MDMA, known for its unique effects on emotion and empathy. These aren't just new medicines. They represent a fundamental rethinking of how we can facilitate big psychological change, moving beyond the mere management of symptoms toward genuine, lasting healing. Among the various psychedelic compounds being studied, psilocybin therapy is currently the furthest along in clinical trials, generating waves of excitement in the medical community. The results, particularly for specific challenging conditions, have been nothing short of remarkable. Imagine someone trapped in the suffocating darkness of treatment-resistant depression, where no medication or therapy has offered lasting relief. Psilocybin, in a carefully controlled therapeutic setting, has shown incredible promise in helping these individuals break free from cycles of despair. Similarly, for patients grappling with the profound anxiety associated with end-of-life distress, facing their mortality with a sense of dread and isolation, psilocybin has offered a pathway to peace, acceptance, and a renewed sense of connection. The nature of the psilocybin experience is often described as a journey into the self, an expedition into one's own consciousness. It's not simply a drug trip, it's a profoundly introspective experience that can feel intensely personal and profoundly meaningful. patients often find themselves able to confront deeply rooted emotional blocks, like old furniture cluttering the corridors of the mind, suddenly seeing them with clarity and a fresh perspective. Traumatic memories, which might normally be too painful to touch, can be processed in a new light, often accompanied by a sense of detachment and compassion, rather than overwhelming emotional reliving. This allows for a kind of mental housekeeping, reorganizing, and making sense of past events. Many describe gaining new perspectives on life itself, feeling a renewed sense of purpose, connection, and even spiritual insight. It's like climbing to a mountaintop and seeing the entire landscape of your life laid out below, seeing how every path connects. In this delicate and powerful process, the role of the therapist is absolutely critical. They are not simply prescribing a drug. They are providing careful supervision and guidance, acting as a compassionate anchor in what can be an intense, sometimes challenging, but ultimately transformative process. Imagine being in uncharted waters. The therapist is your experienced captain, ensuring your safety and helping you navigate the currents. They offer unwavering support, creating a safe and non-judgmental space for the patient to explore their inner world. They foster introspection, gently encouraging the patient to look inward, to ask difficult questions, and to find their own answers. But the work doesn't end when the effects of the psilocybin wear off. A significant part of the therapy involves helping patients integrate the experience into their daily lives, taking the profound insights gained during the session and weaving them into the fabric of everyday thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This integration phase is where true, lasting change often takes root. The therapeutic focus during and after a psilocybin session is multifaceted. It involves exploring the rich emotional content unearthed by the drug, sitting with it, understanding it, and ultimately processing it. It's about helping patients make sense of their experience, helping the patient to construct a narrative around their experience that empowers them and brings a deeper understanding to their struggles. And crucially, it promotes psychological flexibility, the ability to adapt to changing circumstances, to embrace different perspectives, and to respond to life's challenges with greater resilience. It's like learning to bend like a reed in the wind rather than breaking under pressure. While psilocybin opens pathways for broader introspection and spiritual insight, MDMA-assisted psychotherapy is demonstrating immense potential, primarily in treating one of the most debilitating conditions known to humanity, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. For those who have endured harrowing experiences, soldiers returning from war, survivors of catastrophic events, victims of catastrophic events, PTSD can trap them in a perpetual state of hypervigilance, anxiety, and re-experiencing trauma. It's like being stuck in a nightmare that plays on an endless loop. This is where MDMA steps in, not as a party drug, but as a carefully administered therapeutic tool. MDMA's unique effects are often described as empathogenic, meaning it fosters feelings of empathy, trust, and openness. Imagine trying to talk about the most painful moment of your life, the very memory that sends shivers down your spine and shuts you down. Normally, our brains put up protective walls, making it nearly impossible to confront these memories without being overwhelmed. MDMA helps to temporarily lower these walls, creating a window of opportunity. It promotes an enhanced emotional connection, not just with the therapist, but with one's own inner experience, making it feel safer to revisit painful memories without being flooded by fear or despair. This unique state allows patients to access and process traumatic memories more safely, viewing them with a newfound sense of calm and self-compassion, rather than terror. It's like finally being able to look at a scary photo from a distance, rather than being sucked directly back into the moment it was taken. The structure of MDMA-assisted therapy is carefully designed, involving several carefully structured phases to ensure maximum benefit and safety. It begins with several preparatory sessions, where the patient builds trust with their therapists, discusses their history, and sets intentions for the experience. These sessions are crucial for building the therapeutic container that is so essential for this work. Then comes the MDMA-assisted session itself, typically lasting several hours, where the patient receives a therapeutic dose of MDMA in a comfortable, supportive environment with two therapists present. This is the deep dive, the period of intense internal work. Following this, there are multiple integrative sessions where the patient and therapists unpack the insights, emotions, and memories that surfaced during the MDMA session. This is where the heavy lifting of making sense of the experience and weaving it into everyday life truly happens. During the MDMA session, the therapist's role is profoundly supportive, but largely non-directive. They are not leading the patient down a specific path, but providing a gentle presence, a watchful eye, and an unwavering sense of safety. They act as a silent guardian, allowing the patient to freely explore their inner world, to follow where their mind leads them, even into the darkest corners of their past. The goal is to facilitate emotional processing, to help the patient move through the frozen feelings of trauma, allowing them to finally thaw and let go. It's about promoting self-compassion, helping individuals who often blame themselves for their trauma to see themselves with kindness and understanding. Ultimately, the aim is to significantly reduce the debilitating symptoms of PTSD, to help people reclaim their lives from the grip of past horrors, allowing them to live more fully and freely in the present. It's tempting to view psychedelics as magic bullets, but this couldn't be further from the truth. The substances themselves are only one component of a much larger, intricate therapeutic process. Think of it like a well-tuned orchestra. Each instrument, including the psychedelic, plays a vital role, but it's the conductor and the carefully composed score that truly bring the music to life. For these therapies to be genuinely effective and safe, several crucial factors must be meticulously in place. First and foremost is the paramount importance of the therapeutic relationship. This is not just a nice to have, it's the bedrock upon which all successful psychedelic therapy is built. There must be profound trust and rapport between the patient and their therapist. Imagine embarking on a deeply personal, sometimes challenging journey into your own mind. You wouldn't do that with just anyone. You need a guide you trust implicitly, someone who feels like a strong, unwavering anchor in potentially turbulent waters. This relationship provides the vital, safe container for intense experiences, ensuring the patient feels held, supported, and secure, no matter what emotions or memories emerge. Without this foundation of trust, the therapeutic potential of the psychedelics would be severely diminished, if not entirely lost. Next comes the rigorous screening and careful patient selection. These treatments are powerful tools, and just like any powerful tool, they are not suitable for everyone. Not everyone is a suitable candidate, and overlooking this critical step could lead to adverse outcomes. A thorough assessment ensures safety and suitability, screening out individuals with certain pre-existing conditions, particularly some mental health diagnoses that could be adversely affected by psychedelic experiences. It's like ensuring you have the right key for a very specific lock. Not just any key will do, and trying to force the wrong one could cause damage. This meticulous screening process is a cornerstone of responsible psychedelic medicine, prioritizing patient well-being above all else. Finally, and perhaps most critically, is the indispensable role of proper integration. The psychedelic session itself, while profound, is often just the beginning. Imagine having a vivid, world-changing dream. If you don't take time to reflect on it, understand its meaning, and connect it to your waking life, its impact might fade. Similarly, after each psychedelic session, patients work extensively with their therapists to process their experiences. This isn't just recounting what happened, it's about making sense of the insights, understanding the emotional shifts, and translating these profound inner changes into tangible changes in their daily lives. It involves developing new coping mechanisms, shedding old patterns of thought and behavior, and truly internalizing the insights gained. This integration phase is where the raw material of the psychedelic experience is refined into lasting wisdom and actionable change. Without proper integration, the psychedelic experience can be fleeting, a powerful moment that doesn't translate into sustained healing. It's about turning a powerful revelation into a lived reality. It's important to remember that this entire field, while incredibly promising, is still in its relatively early stages. We are witnessing the unfolding of a new chapter in medicine, and like any groundbreaking scientific endeavor, it requires patience, rigorous study, and careful implementation. But the momentum is undeniable. Ongoing research efforts around the globe are tirelessly working to refine protocols and find the optimal ways to administer these therapies, from the setting to the preparation. Scientists are diligently optimizing dosages, seeking the sweet spot where therapeutic benefit is maximized while minimizing any potential risks. Perhaps most excitingly, researchers are expanding our understanding of the precise therapeutic mechanisms at play. How exactly these substances interact with our brains and minds to facilitate such profound change. It's like slowly revealing the intricate workings of a complex clock, piece by careful piece. The potential for broader acceptance and utilization of psychedelic-assisted therapies in mainstream mental health care is growing by the day. What was once relegated to the fringes is now entering the mainstream, backed by compelling scientific evidence and the desperate need for more effective treatments. We are seeing changes in regulatory landscapes, with some jurisdictions moving towards decriminalization or even medical access for certain compounds, like psilocybin. This shift indicates a growing recognition of their therapeutic value, moving away from outdated stigmas. This field offers a beacon of new hope for complex and debilitating mental health conditions that have long defied conventional approaches. It's not a panacea, but for those lost in the wilderness of their own minds, psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy offers a compass, pointing toward a future where deep, transformative healing is no longer just a dream, but a tangible reality. It's an exciting, empathetic, and scientifically grounded path forward in our collective journey towards mental well-being. For a deeper dive into the science behind these treatments,